Well, all right, today is day 42, and it's kind of looking up. It's going to be kind of sunny today. The weather report says it might. Got a good chance of raining for a little bit this afternoon, but we'll let it dry up. It's still wet out here. We'll let it dry up a little bit, and then we'll try to do a couple of things. I'm not sure what I'm going to do, but I'm going to do something to either electrical or the plumbing. All right.
Okay, I'm starting with cutting the strut. This is for the main pedal out there where the disconnect is and everything. But then I'm going to work on the low voltage box. This is going to require cutting in some brand new holes. It doesn't have pre-punched holes, so we got to cut them in completely. Okay, well, I thought I'd show you this part. As you can see, I'm going to cut some holes in this right here. And I have a hole punch to cut these out. This is going to be 1 1/4 hole, a 1/2 inch hole, and a 1 inch hole. But I'm going to use this. This is a carbide tooth 1/2 inch knockout hole saw bit. Very expensive, you know, 35, 45 bucks, something like that. Haven't bought one in a while. But I have to have a 1/2 inch hole in order to use the knockout set. So this one I'll just do a 1/2 inch hole, but the other two I'll have to knock out bigger. Okay, I thought you might want to see this up close and in person, I guess, just a little bit, in case you've never seen one of these. This is a manual knockout set. I do have the hydraulic, kick it in here. I do have the hydraulic piece for it right here, but the hydraulics are blown on it. And, yeah, it's expensive to replace. I think it's like a $700 or $800 kit when I bought it. Probably about $1,200, $1,500 now. Okay, but this is manual transfer switch, so you can use a 25 millimeter wrench to turn this 25 millimeter bolt, and this just comes apart here. You see, this is the cutter part for the 1 1/4 inch. Place this over it, and the metal in between, and then put your bolt through, and then turn the bolt, and it just sucks that cutter piece up and cuts the hole out for you. All right, let's see what happens. Okay, just want to show you, this is how it goes. Here's the cutter wheel that's on there. I'm gonna tighten that all the way up till it touches the metal, and then I'll just turn this and pull it in. Now this has got a little play in it because 1/2 inch holes will be a tad bit big, but you just make sure that you kind of got it adjusted where you want it. Once the cutter wheel comes up, it'll tighten. Okay, I continue on with cutting in that 1 1/4 inch hole for the TA, and then I clean up the panel as usual. Okay, this panel's ready for mounting. I got my holes in the bottom. The pipe should line up with the unit strut when I put it on there so that I can clamp it to it. I'm gonna have to add some to clamp those other pipes on because they stick out a little bit further. That's why I put the hole so far back. But there's penalties putting it back there. It's gonna interfere with that back plate that goes on it and stuff. No big deal. I'll deal with it. Also, you can see all the galvanized yucky looking stuff is going to be hidden. It's not going to be on the outside of the box as it shows. This is the top. Okay, on to installing the box. Use the bucket to hold up the unistrut so I wouldn't have to go all the way to the bottom again. Now the unistrut that the top of the low voltage box is attached to is right behind that piece of pipe that runs between the disconnect and the transfer switch. So I had to use the brackets that came with the low voltage box to lower, to allow the box to lower. Didn't work out quite. It worked out well, but it didn't work. It didn't originally work out like I wanted to. But I didn't want to have to use another piece of unistrut right below that piece of unistrut just to attach that box. So I went with that method. And as usual, I got to be very exact with all the leveling. Make sure that the unistrut's level, and the box is level, and the box is straight. But it comes out in the end. Now I'm going to work on the wire from the power pole to the transfer switch. And I needed to cut a little short piece of unistrut to to bolt onto the unistrut behind the pipe to kind of hold it out. It was too far out away from the unistrut. So we just, built it out a little bit with some bolts. And then right here, the pipe was crooked. And it was, it wasn't really that it was crooked, it was that it's right there on the corner inside that hill in the ditch. So the wire kept pushing it over. And here I'm just working on the other end, the power pole side, and getting it piped up. I had to replace a unistrut on the Bach one, but it uses that little skinny unistrut, a little bit different than the super strut. Here I'm working on the wires inside the panel. I should have brought the camera over and showed you what I was doing so you could see us cutting it in. But it's getting ready to rain, so I'm trying to get out of here as fast as I can. Okay, I'm gonna wrap it up for today. I beat the shit out of my head, and I got a couple of things wired. I'll show you right here. Okay, I got this 200 amp manual transfer switch wired from the meter disconnect, and this is completely wired just from the power company. I mean, not the rest of it. There you can kind of see how it's taking shape. You got the panel, you got the generator receptacle right there in the middle between the panel and the transfer switch. Then you got your low voltage panel down here at the bottom. That right there, I'm going to take out that, I'm going to take it out, but I'm going to cut back that dirt on that hill just a little bit. Hopefully that pipe will swing back over. That's a sharp turn on that wire that's just stiff as it can be down in that ditch. Let me show you that. Okay, there you can see it, but I think if I just take out that corner right there a little bit, that pipe will lay back over against that dirt like it's supposed to. That should straighten it up. Okay, just a quick look at the meter. I mean, that thing looks crooked as stuff, but it's not. It's level as it can be. Telephone poles, it's way out. I'm pretty sure they're not gonna, if I ask them, they're not gonna come over here and lean that thing back and tie it off. I don't know if they could if they wanted to. Well, I'm sure they could. But I need to add the other ground rod. Rodney to do that, or not do it for me, but I need to bring the ground rod driver over. Yeah, that's all. It's all done and cut in. And I'm going to say that URD 3-phase wire was terrible to cut in. It is stiff as it could be. I don't know if I said this on video, but I definitely told my brother I was sorry I got that wire out, but I got to realize what I was getting. I thought I was getting a real good deal. Yeah, four wire underground. Yeah, but it's 3-phase wire. So you got 3 great big 4-aught conductors in a diminished neutral. And you got to turn one of those into the ground, which you turn one of the hots into the ground and use the diminished neutral as you turn one of the hots into the neutral and you use the diminished ground as the diminished neutral as the ground. You can see right there, diminished neutral, let me see, diminished neutral, retaped green for the ground, goes to the ground bar. The neutral, which is phase A, repurposed into neutral and rephased into white, and that goes to the neutral bar. Then you got the 2 hots coming up. That's phase B and C. C is red, B is black. All right. So I'm going to get out of here. Everything's looking good. Tomorrow is going to be nice weather. I'll dig out the rest of the ditches, get that low voltage over there run, and I'll work on getting some of this stuff right here done. And I'll also do the big finale of digging that big thing out that didn't get cut, and then getting the wire over there and ready to go up the trailer. Zero in on that a little bit. There you go. And that's the mobile home feeder, and that will be way easier to cut in. Of course, a little worried that I ain't got enough, but I think I do.